Hello and welcome to Forecasting or Time Series. Forecasting is all about predicting probably the sales of the organization or profits of the organization or number of resources required in a call center or forecasting the weather, forecasting an earthquake, forecasting the temperature. Forecasting could be anything. And forecasting is all about predicting the future given the historical data. Forecasting is also called as time series for the reason being the historical data which is used to forecast always has to be ordered in a time sequence. So here if you see US highway vehicle miles traveled, you have the data ranging from Jan 1992 moving on to Jan 1994, Jan 96, 98. It's in a time series. It is in a sequence there. What can we forecast or predict given this simple data? We will discuss this as an icebreaker. So we see that there is a trend, and the trend says that as and how the years pass, the number of vehicles which were resorting to the road transportation has increased tremendously. Or maybe the number of vehicles have increased greatly. Probably using this data, we can forecast on how many vehicles or how many miles all vehicles put together would travel in US. Based on that, maybe you want to set up your transportation infrastructure. Maybe you want to expand your highway, right? And alongside, you also see that there is some kind of seasonality in the data. Probably the people would travel in the month of December to meet their families and spend some time with their families. And that is when probably there is a peak there. And maybe during the winter season, they do not travel as much as expected, or probably in the other months. So there is a slump there. And maybe if you can forecast what would be the future, probably for the next 1 or 2 years, then you can arrange your road repair activities during the slump when not many people would travel. And maybe you want to take additional precautions from road indications perspective so that the number of traffic accidents might be reduced when there is peak in the traffic. Maybe. We would do a deep dive in forecasting to a very great extent. Even before that, let me quickly introduce myself. Here I represent XLR Solutions, and XLR Solutions is a leading player in space of analytics and management consulting. Alongside, they do a lot of trainings on analytics and management related courses for the senior management. And I represent XLR Solutions. This is my name. I am an alumnus of IIT Hyderabad and ISB, which is these two are premium colleges. And these are the bunch of certifications which I possess. I am a PMP certified professional, so I know how to manage projects using traditional project management, which is famously called as waterfall model. I am also PMI ACP certified, Agile certified practitioner. That goes to say that I can manage projects even using Agile methodology, which is one of the hottest methodologies in the current world, given that the world is changing at a faster pace. I am also PMI RMP certified risk management professional, so I can manage the risks on the project pretty well. These are the three certifications which I possess from Project Management Institute, US, which is arguably the number one institute when it comes to project management. I am also a certified Scrum Master, which is one of the agile flavors. I am Lean Six Sigma Green Belt, Black Belt, and Master Black Belt certified from RAB, Registered Accreditation Board, QSA, Quality Society of Australasia. I am ITIL certified, which is majorly used in the service industry. This is a process framework. I have also done my Agile PM, project management. I am both foundation and practitioner certified from APMG UK. And Agile project management here deals with DSDM which is Dynamic System Development Methodology, and DSDM is the latest version. This is in short about the bunch of professional certifications which I possess. Let me quickly explain about the professional experience that I possess. I started off my career working with HSBC, which is predominantly driven using UK policies, United Kingdom. From there on, I've moved on to join ITC Infotech, which is driven using Indian policies in small medium enterprises. And then I've joined Infosys, which is a giant when it comes to information technology, right, in India. It is driven using Indian policies and the large enterprises. And the last company that I was associated with as an employee is Deloitte. And Deloitte is driven using US policies. So these are the bunch of companies that I work with, which are from the different geographies of the world. So I understand the working cultures of the different regions and the different companies. Here is my profession. I'm a data scientist by profession, and I do a lot of research in analytics space, in video analytics and image processing, deep learning, and Internet of Things. And this is in short about my experience. Now let us discuss about the agenda for forecasting. There we go. So as part of forecasting or time series, we would be discussing about why forecasting using various examples. From there on, we will discuss about what is a forecasting strategy, which includes decomposing the data, forecasting the various components, and combining the forecasted components yet again. We will discuss about the EDA and graphical representation. And as majority of the seasoned data scientists would put it, 60% of your project time should be spent on elementary or exploratory data analysis and the graphical representation, which gives you wealth of information. We would be then discussing about forecasting components, which includes the level, what do we mean by trend, seasonal, cyclic, random components. And then we would be discussing about the various forecasting models, which ranges from a last sample technique to the moving average. We would be discussing about exponential smoothing, auto regressive techniques, ARMA technique, ARIMA, and so on and so forth. All these forecasting techniques will help you forecast the future. But which technique is the best? We are going to decide that based on that model which gives the least error. So we'll look into the various error measures as well. And we would be giving you a final project which is based on the real world project which I was associated with. That gives you wealth of information on how to proceed with forecasting. You will also be given R code because we'll be trying to solve this using R. And of course, initially we'll be discussing about the various concepts theoretically, which can be implemented using R, or it can be implemented using Python, or it can be implemented using XLMiner, and there are a bunch of other tools which will help you do forecasting with ease. All right, what are we waiting for? let us get started. And all the best for your journey in forecasting. Any questions pertaining to any of the concepts or any of the real world projects that you're working on, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Our email ID is provided towards the end of the tutorial. Thank you.